I'm back with another video. We're gonna be watching Lil Durk. Actually is cooked.
Now, Lil Durk might
Let's
actually
get
be
it.
cooked. At this point, I'm sure we all know about the situation Lil Durk is currently in. He's been behind bars for a few weeks now, and things are not looking good. This arrest hit the headlines hard for a few reasons. First of all, the severity of the charges against him has taken everyone by surprise. Like a lot of us know, Lil Durk was arrested on October 24, 2024 in Broward County, Florida, on federal charges related to a murder for hire plot. Authorities allege that he orchestrated a murder attempt on rapper Quando Rondo's life, which tragically resulted in the death of Rondo's cousin, Lil Pab, during a shootout in Los Angeles on August 19, 2022. And this was of course connected to the death of rapper King Von, who was killed in 2020 by Quando Rondo's friend. So this murder for hire plot that Lil Durk set up was as a response to that. At the time of his arrest, Lil Durk had reportedly attempted to flee the United States, according to the U.S. District Attorney's Office. The document states that he had 3 flights booked to Italy, Switzerland, and Dubai, but ultimately did not board any of them. This information, coupled with the severity of the charges, led to him being deemed a significant flight risk. So it sounded like he was possibly expecting to get arrested, and when he tried to set things up in order to flee, that's when they caught him. A lot of people were expecting that maybe this could be another one of those you get arrested and released the next day type of situations. But this was of course far from that. Durk was accused of orchestrating a murder, and he was sloppy enough to leave a trail of evidence behind him, which is...
That's funny. That's actually funny. My bad. I want it back. That's actually funny because I seen a TikTok where people were saying that he actually not cooked. He actually they found evidence where it explained why he booked all those 3 flights, and his lawyer was able to explain that on court, and they actually match. And then the song that incriminates him is it been produced before even everything happened. So he's coming home, I feel like.
He was sloppy enough to leave a trail of evidence behind him, which is why they had enough on him to arrest him. Now, during this time he's been behind bars, more and more information about the case has come to light. Leaked court documents and insider reports suggest that the authorities have been building this case for months, possibly even years. The evidence reportedly includes phone records, financial transactions, and even alleged testimonies from individuals connected to the incident. Now, if that wasn't enough, Lil Durk has, as of right now, actually been connected to a second murder, and this news just dropped yesterday. Here's what we know. Reports are now alleging that Durk was involved in the murder of a man named Stefan Mack. This incident happened back on January 27, 2022, when Stefan Mack was shot and killed shortly after leaving a youth peace center in Chicago. What makes this even more serious is who Stefan Mack was. He was reportedly the leader of the Smashville faction of the Gangster Disciples, a gang with deep roots and a heavy presence in Chicago. Now here's where things get interesting. You might have heard about the killing of Lil Durk's brother, Dante Banks, better known as D-Thang. This murder happened back in 2021 outside of Club O in Chicago. What's crazy is that the feds are now saying that members of the Smashville faction of the Gangster Disciples, yes, the same gang allegedly led by Stefan Mack, were the ones who carried out the hit on Lil Durk's brother, D-Thang. This connection adds a whole new layer to the situation because it hints at an ongoing cycle of retaliation that could tie back to Durk's current legal troubles. And this is where Lil Durk comes in. According to official documents from the authorities, Durk allegedly offered money to have those responsible for his brother's murder killed. But it doesn't stop there, because Durk allegedly offered big bucks for any gangster disciples that were taken out. And yes, that's according to the feds. Now, as of right now, Durk hasn't been charged in this specific investigation, but law enforcement has made it clear that the case is still open and active. So the real question is, are they going to find more evidence that directly implicates Lil Durk in this second murder? Honestly, it's not too far-fetched to imagine, considering everything else that's come to light. Right now, the feds are still in the process of gathering evidence for the orchestrated murder on Quando Rondo. So let's just say that he could go down for 2 different murders. Lil Durk has had an extremely successful career in rap, from dropping music videos back in the day that weren't making any noise, to building an extensive catalog and becoming one of the most notable new generation street rappers in hip-hop. Durk's rise has been nothing short of impressive. He's definitely been a huge success. And a big reason for that success, well, his story has always been consistent with his lifestyle. But like we all know, this is where the negative side comes into play. We all know what that lifestyle promotes and what it ultimately means in the grand scheme of things. Lil Durk has been talking about being about that life for his entire career, and people believed him. Why wouldn't we? The music, the affiliations, the stories, it's all aligned perfectly with the persona he's built. And this is exactly why we see rappers crashing out like this. But honestly, it's not really even crashing out. It's just them being consistent with who they've always portray themselves to be. So yeah,
Facts.
even though a multi-millionaire rapper who's famous and well known is out here orchestrating hits, and that doesn't make sense to me, at the end of the day, that's the reality of what Lil Durk promotes. That's what he's built his entire image around. And the sad part, there are so many people being affected by these choices. It's not just about him. His several kids, his family, and the people who depend on him are all caught up in the consequences of these actions. It's a tragic reality that comes with this lifestyle, unfortunately. I think this kind of story needs to be highlighted in hip-hop because we usually only see one side of the coin. The success, the money, the praise, and the fame. But what happens when the same things you're being celebrated for are the very things that end up being your downfall? It's cool and dope as long as you're...
Yo, boy, that's crazy he said that, though. Like, yo, boy, like I said, like... like I said previously, bro. Being a rapper, it brings pros and it brings a lot of cons and pros. If it makes sense. It makes because they give you the tools so you can destroy yourself. They know you come from a hood, especially a black community, us black men. They gonna give us the money, the fame, the clout, the vehicles, the studios, the weed, the guns, and all this crazy stuff, so you can destroy yourself. Continue to destroy yourself and make stupid moves. Look what happened to Tupac. If you watch what happened to Tupac for real, like the movie or like the just the like the film, like they discussing what happened to Tupac, who was the behind the Tupac and Biggie and all types of shit. You'll be shocked, honestly. They give this man everything, and if you watch, it was like one movie. It's a movie on Netflix. All Eyes on Me. I watched that shit from head to bottom, bro. And there was a one part that caught my eye where it was like his mom told him, they gonna now like you in a big spot right now. You basically hot. They gonna give you everything you need, so you can destroy yourself. He listened to that and forgot about it, and then the movie continued playing, and then it was like a few not episodes, a few like points where it was like guy was started getting close to him that was trying to destroy him. They give him watches, they give him the girls. Bro, it was crazy. Then they socialize him, his image where like, oh, he are the girl, all types of bullshit when he didn't. It was crazy. But he was in charge. He was charged for that, even though he didn't do it.
Your actions don't take away your freedom.
Like,
but if your name is Lil Durk and the stuff you're rapping about is a direct reflection of what you're doing in the real world. Now they're gonna
look for every evidence that every crime that he committed, even though he probably did not. They're gonna try to associate him with other crimes that he probably didn't commit. Bro, they're gonna try to keep him in jail. They're gonna try to keep him, even though they don't have enough evidence to keep him tied to Conor Rondo situation. They're gonna find evidence to try to keep him. You feel me?
That's when the consequences start to hit. And honestly, I think Lil Durk might actually be cooked. I don't know how he's going to get out of this one, but if he somehow does, then I'm Spider-Man. I mean, what's the likelihood of him beating this? Let's just say that it's not looking good. Overall, it's just so hard to feel sorry for someone who had every opportunity in the book. I mean, like we all know, Lil Durk is super successful. He's literally a mainstream rapper, has collabed with some of the biggest stars in the music industry. And he was out here orchestrating murders and leaving a trace for the police to find. Hey, I'm not saying commit any crimes, but if you're gonna do it, be a little smarter about it. All jokes aside, this situation is really sad, and I think this needs to serve as a lesson to a lot of rappers, but specifically street rappers. Because there are so many young, talented rappers in the industry that we see constantly putting themselves in situations that they just don't really need to be in. I mean, just yesterday, Conor Rondo got a 33-month prison sentence. Now, the good thing about Condo's situation is right after he got that prison sentence, he had a very positive message to share with the world.
I did the wrong thing, and I'm getting punished for it. So I want y'all to know that you actually get punished for doing wrong things. Just do the right thing.
And as you could hear, Quando literally took accountability for his actions. And like he clearly stated, there are consequences to your actions. And that's, of course, something we all should know, but a lot of people still don't know that there are consequences to your actions. Specifically in hip-hop, ain't no such thing as responsibility, sadly. And it should be guys like Lil Durk who lead the youth in the right direction, but as you can see, Even Lil Durk, who's considered an OG to a lot of the young cats, he's out here moving sloppy and literally ruining his entire life. For what? Just to get some street cred? I don't understand it because I can't relate to that. At the end of the day, it is a sad situation, but I can't really blame anyone but Lil Durk. He's the one who was orchestrating murders while he was in the spotlight in the mainstream. It's one thing to be a rapper who's kind of fallen off the relevancy wave, but Lil Durk has been in the spotlight for a few years, very intensely. So best believe the authorities, they've been watching him this entire time. And as time went on, they gathered all this evidence, and now look where we're at. And now he might get caught up for a second murder on top of all the other things that
They're gonna try
he was
to turn
facing.
him up, like I said.
I really don't know how he's gonna get out of this. And honestly, I hate to say it, but it looks like Lil Durk is cooked. Anyway, if you made it this far, that means that you enjoyed this video. I want to thank you guys so much for
I like
watching
when this
to
guy
the
make
end.
a lot of
Drop a
videos,
like on this
man,
video
not
if you
gonna
enjoyed
lie.
it. And if
Lovely
you're new
video,
here, my name is
man.
Blackie
Lovely video,
Speaks.
man.
Nice to meet you. Subscribe and welcome to the family.
Shout out to Blackie Speakers again. Lovely video, bro. Shout out to you. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. We're the road to 2K. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to subscribe. If you enjoy my opinions on these reactions and stuff like that, just subscribe. You feel me? Just subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get into it, gangster.